to Dee's Kitchen. Welcome back to another episode of Dee's Kitchen, guys. Before we get started, I'd like you guys to like, comment and subscribe, right? Don't be watching the videos and not saying nothing. I need to know what you guys want to see. I need to know if you guys are enjoying it. So today in my kitchen, we're going to be making some ackee. But we're not going to be doing an ackee and saltfish. We're going to put a little twist on it today. We're going to do some ackee and chicken back, right? A lot of people in Jamaica put different twists on it. I mean, you can use, instead of the saltfish, you can use corn pork, you can use chicken back. There's so many different things. I didn't want to do the traditional ackee and saltfish. I never feel for that today. What I felt for was some ackee and chicken back. So what I'm going to do is show you my take on it, and hopefully you like it too. So here we go. So before we get started with cutting up our fresh produce and boiling the ackee and all that kind of jazz, you need to season up your chicken back and put it to one side. So I want to show you how finely I have them. Literally, you want them fine. You don't want no big chunks of ackee in big chunks of chicken in your ackee, as fine as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to season these. You don't need a lot of seasoning either, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to season it with some black pepper. I've got a little bit of black pepper here, if you can see. I'm going to use black pepper. This is some chicken seasoning. And this is a little bit of salt. You can use this or pink Himalayan salt, whatever you prefer. So I'm going to season that and put that to sit for about an hour or two. I don't have a lot of time, and this is a quick little dish I want for dinner, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've just put the seasoning on the chicken back. You can use chicken as well. You can use chicken breast, you can use pieces of chicken. If you've got a whole of chicken, you want to chop it up. I love chicken back, so this is what I'm using. And I'm going to put this to sit for about an hour or two and put some cling film over it, and then I'm going to deal with my fresh produce. Guys, if you don't have no time, don't listen to my guidance, right? If you don't have no time, you can leave this for let's say 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how quick you want to cook your dish, right? Guys, how can I forget to tell you one of the main ingredients, that is your ackee. I've got 2 tins of ackee here that I'm going to be using today. Obviously, it depends on the amount of people you're cooking for. You can use less, you can use more, but I've got 2 tins here. I'm going to cut up my fresh produce and I will be back. So I'm back. I have obviously cut up my fresh produce and I'm going to get started with my cooking. Alright, so I've got my ackee here. As I said, I've got 2 tins. You see, because the ackee's in the tin, you need to make sure you scarl off the ackee, right? You see all that water in that's from the tin. You don't want that because the ackee's been sitting in there for God knows how long. So I've got a pot of boiling water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in there to scarl off the ackee, and then I'm going to drain it. The reason why I drain it is because when you leave the ackee so moist and put it in the chicken back, it's going to become very mushy, almost like a porridge kind of type vibe, and you don't need that. So make sure on a scarl off your ackee, and you also drain it after you have finished boiling it. Essential step. As I said, I had a pot of hot water boiling to scarl off my ackee. To do that, you're probably going to need about a minute or two, because remember, the ackee's already cooked, right? It comes pre-cooked, so literally just place it in the pot like that. You need to literally leave it for a minute or two, and then once that's done, see it there? Once that's done, then we can strain it, as I said, and we leave it to strain for a while. That's the most important part. The straining of it is very important. And then obviously we'll start cooking the chicken back. This is how we want our chicken back to look. Yeah? Crispy, brown, nice and golden chicken back. You don't want... So, what I'm going to do now, remember the fresh produce that we did cut up earlier? You want to put it in there. I have just the right amount of oil. If you have more oil than this, then I would advise you take some out, because you don't want your ackee oily, right? You also don't want to cook your fresh produce for too long. I'm probably going to cook them for, let's say, about 3 to 4 minutes, because you still want them nice and crunchy, right? So let's just start. You can just, there's no particular order. You just put it all in and nice up the thing, right? That nice sizzling sound is what you want to hear, and then you just kind of want to juke it up a little bit so everything gets cooked down and nice. You should really be using a hand towel to just hold the pot. So now the chicken back and the seasoning them are nice and, you know, getting themselves together. Let me show you my rice. I love shelly rice. It depends on you. Some people like their rice a little bit more watery. I love my rice nice and shelly. Right, so there we go. And again, we're just gonna wait until, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper on the top. Just, I love the coarser black peppers because I feel like it gives it a nice, you know, little look. And there we go. I'm gonna switch that off, and that is my ackee and chicken back done. I'll catch you guys back when I plate up my thing.